Just waiting for John to get in here. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Treasure Coast Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Stewart. Today is February 18th, 2024. My name is Regina Wood, and I'm going to be your worship associate today. We are a welcoming congregation. We welcome people of all gender identities, ethnicities, ages, and backgrounds. We are on YouTube, too. To be put on our email list or to find out more information about us, go to our website at TCUUC.org. And we do have a Friday update that comes out every Friday. And so if you want to get on that, please go and sign up for that, either online or you can sign up as you leave today. Okay. Visitors, we have any new visitors today? Oh, okay. All right. If you feel comfortable, would you like to come up and give us your name?
No, I'll just sit here. I'm Lori, and this is my first time coming to a church in Stewart, so I'm experimenting. This would be my first choice, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this service.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. All right, we have a lot going on here at TCUUC. Please silence your cell phones, if you will. Okay, we have a lot going on here at TCUUC, and all those things are in your service, your worship. What's that? Closer to the mic? Oh, okay. Okay. In our order of service, we have everything that's going on here. We have a lot of activities, and a couple things I want to make sure people know about is the first and third Tuesdays. We have a brown bag lunch at Veterans Memorial Park in downtown Stewart. That's a really good way to get to know people. A lot of good people go there. We also have on Tuesday, February 27th, that we have hors d'oeuvres and a movie. And the movie this month is going to be Coco. And that means that the hors d'oeuvre is the fourth Tuesday of the month. And we have the hors d'oeuvres and oftentimes a movie. So that's something you might want to think about too. This service today is to honor the importance of the interdependent web of life and is presented by our Green Team members. The Green Team is a group of volunteers here at the church that, we're going to be talking about it, so you'll hear about what we do. But the Green Team members that are participating today are Karen Frank, Dana Fikai-Sun, I always get that wrong, Jackie Buckley, Judy Bajoris, Judy C. Leon, Marguerite Gregory, John Cook, and Karina Poloni, and myself. And we also want to give a big thanks to those who are helping with the service today. And that is Jackie Bajoris and Jackie Robbins, our wonderful music people. Our greeters and ushers are John Cook and Marguerite Gregory. Our tech wizard, who we couldn't do this service without, is Karina Poloni. And tech support is Raquel Valentino. Joanne Leone and Marguerite Gregory, we want to thank them for, they offer coffee and snacks. That will be in Heston Hall after the service. Okay, and now we will have our prelude music. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie and Judy. That was beautiful. Now we're going to have our chalice lighting, and Judy C. Leone is going to light the candle. For the web of life. We light this chalice for the web of life which sustains us, for the sacred circle of life in which we all have our being, for the earth, the sky, above and below, and for our Mother Earth, and for the mystery that is life. Our opening words. We have all had moments when we have been awed by the wonder of nature, when the sight of an incredibly beautiful sunset overwhelms us, when we walk into an old-growth forest and suddenly it seems more like a spiritual experience instead of just a walk in the woods. Even our own backyards and local parks can bring us moments of delight and unexpected joy. Looking out the window and seeing a beautifully colored bird land on our backyard feeder. An unexpected visit from an old gopher tortoise who comes to sunbathe. The garden filled with so many beautiful butterflies. And sometimes we have the privilege to watch how some wild animals tenderly care for and protect their young. And at some point we realize nature isn't just there for our viewing pleasure. We realize that we are deeply connected to and dependent upon the natural world. We are, as the UU 7th principle says, part of the interdependent web of all existence. While there are many different aspects to the 7th principle, the TCUUC Green Team would like to dedicate this service to honoring the deep connection and interdependency we have with the natural world. Over the past few years, TCUUC has prioritized using its grounds, particularly in the back here, to create what we optimistically call a natural eco-sanctuary. We are planting native trees, shrubs, and plants that have helped bring more birds and wildlife to the area. At times, we have also provided a space for school children to learn about the importance of native plants and protecting natural areas. And by doing so, TCUUC hopes to leave a legacy of a natural habitat that future generations can enjoy. Our Green Team members who have planned and will participate in today's service, again, are Karen, Dana, Marguerite, Jackie, Judy, and John, and Karina. We would like to welcome you to our service on the interdependent web of life. Next, we have our hymn. If you would like to stand, if you would like to, and are able. And we would like to sing 3 verses of the Blue Boat Home. And the words will be on the wall. If you want to see it in the teal hymn book, it's 1064. recite our affirmation, speaking the first verse and singing the second. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is a special time for us. This is when we share our joys and sorrows. And we would ask if you would come up, if you have a joy and sorrow you want to share, come up to the microphone and let us know who you are and what your joy and sorrow. And Judy will give you a stone to put in our symbolic river of life.
In 1949, my grandparents drove up the Alcan Highway. In 1950, my parents drove to the southernmost border of Mexico. There, they met a couple that were their parents' age, the Langs. They became very close family friends. I considered them second grandparents. Oh, maybe 10 years later, I met their son, who I thought was a little boy, but until he was a 6'6" college guy. Years later, then they asked if my parents didn't know a nice young teacher to date Tom. They married. And it was a very, very close family. For the first several years, they did not talk about religion, although they did talk about politics. They did not talk about religion because outside of both my parents' home and my grandparents' home, we have a St. Francis, of which I still have one, and they assumed we were Catholic. Turns out, UUs, they also were UUs in that small world. But of course now I've discovered that Pat has passed away and Tom is in the throes of Alzheimer's. But they've been so much on my mind. And I so love that family.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tia Breeding. I'm here with the next installment of Joys about Deb and Francisco. So as you know, they're in Connecticut. They got married 2 weeks ago, and Friday they closed on their house. So I will put when I remember to type it out, I will put their address on the bulletin board back there, what their real address will be. So in case anybody wants to communicate. So they're fixing things up now.
Hi, I'm Linda Shuey. I just wanted to announce that the migrant family that we've been helping for 2 years now, the reunited family, have moved into a better house in Indiantown. Not great, but better than what they had, and they are in need of furniture, so if anyone has furniture they'd like to get rid of. And I also want to thank Judy Chaloni for donating a bicycle. You are so generous. Thank you.
I'm
Karen, for those of you that are new and don't know me, but about a month ago, I shared that my father's colonoscopy did not go so well, where they found some polyps in a mass. I'm happy to share that they were benign, and that he will be having the mass removed surgically, but no cancer.
Hi, I'm Jackie Robbins, and I lost another friend and colleague last week, and some of you may have known him. It was Stuart Robertson, the past conductor of the Atlanta Classical Orchestra, and not a lot of people know about this because they were very private people, but someone got in touch with me from Glimmer Glass Opera, where I used to work with him, I don't know, 20-something years ago. So, great loss for the music world, and I miss him.
A joy with overriding concerns. On Tuesday, my nephew will be released from jail after over a year. Suffers from mental illness and substance abuse, and all the ills that our culture has created, he seems to have absorbed. He's on his meds. He's been deemed fit to leave to a halfway house. He has a long road ahead of him, and I hope you keep him in your hearts and all of those who suffer almost without relief. Thank you.
I'd like to move a stone for a couple. They're not members of the church, but they do go to the Tai Chi. Lorraine and David. David is recovering from open heart surgery at Cleveland Clinic. I almost called it Martin Memorial, but Cleveland Clinic, and we're hoping for the best for him. Bob?
Profile and courage, victim of dictatorship. Sad, but we remain proud of him.
So much courage. And now, Judy, if you would remove, sometimes there are joys and sorrows that are too private to share. And Judy's going to move a stone for them. And know that for all the joys and sorrows, our hearts are with you on all these things. And thank you so much for sharing. It is one of the ways that we can, that the community can provide support and know that we listen to you and we are with you in what you're going through. Now we have a favorite song of ours. It's the Spirit of Life, and we hum it through one time. Got that? Hum it. And then we sing it. Nobody does it. This is you. We do our own thing, but it's called The Spirit of Life. Stand if you like. offertory. Our offering or donations is an affirmation, a yes. When we give, we say yes to something that we value. And so we will have our ushers, John, Marguerite. Thank you for the beautiful music, and also we thank you for your offering and for your generosity of spirit. Now we're going to have members of the Green Team come up, and they're going to give readings and reflections. And the first one is Dana Fickenstein, and she will do the first reading.
Good morning. This poem is by Harriet Kofalk from Earth Prayers. Awakening in a moment of peace, I give thanks to the source of all peace. As I set forth into the day, the birds sing with new voices, and I listen with new ears and give thanks. Nearby, the flower called Angel's Trumpet blows in the breeze, and I give thanks. My feet touch the grass, still wet with dew, and I give thanks. Both to my Mother Earth for sustaining my steps, and to the seas, cycling once again to bring forth new life. The dewdrops become jeweled with the morning sun fire, and I give thanks. You can see forever when the vision is clear in this moment, each moment, and I give thanks. And now Jackie Buckley will share her reflections. Thank you.
I have come to Unitarian Universalism by choice, sort of later in life, in part because of the dynamic nature of the faith and the 7 principles. And I discovered in looking into the 7 principles, they were adopted by a democratic process in 1985. At the time, it was considered necessary to change some of the anachronistic language that was very patriarchal, found in the previous principles, and, among other things, to expand upon the understanding of what God is, and for some, what God is not. The Reverend David Schwartz of Boulder, Colorado, even suggests that our principles should be written in pencil instead of ink. He points out, rather fittingly, that the inventors of both the pencil and the eraser were Unitarians. So the 7th principle, as written in 1985, is a carefully worded declaratory statement, intentionally broad in scope. What action it requires of us, if any, is open to interpretation. And for me, and probably many of us, it speaks of the environment, an awareness of our carbon footprint, a call to, carbon footprint, a call to recycle and reuse, to be mindful that the world isn't all about me and my tribe, and to take other people and creations into account with my actions. On the local level, here in Martin County, it requires me to learn more about the initiative, coming before the Mountain County Commissioners to save some tracts of rural land from development. There is, of course, a cost for the land, but the cost of doing nothing, in my opinion, is greater and irreversible. Now here, on our own church grounds, the Green Team has chosen to plant a tree nursery, which is continually expanding. There is a strong emphasis on Florida native trees, flowers, and shrubs, which also benefit the native wildlife. A case in point are the Kunti plants that grow in the garden border, which are the host plant of the beautiful Atala butterfly. The Atala is being brought back from extinction by the cultivation of native Kuntis, not just ours, but all over the state. The arbor and the gazebo out back provide a framework for climbing vines that in season flower with wild abandon and provide much needed shade for all of us. And loved by the pollinators, the butterflies, the bees, the hummingbirds, and more. Like our principles, the garden will continue to grow and evolve. Right now, we need, as a matter of fact, to find just the right tree or pole to put up our bat house so that we can invite more critters to live in this special place. In the meantime, work in the garden is a labor of love and care. More importantly, being in and part of nature feeds our soul and affirms our seventh principle. And now Judy Bajoris will give us a reading. Sorry.
This reading is from the Ute Indians of North America. Earth, teach me. Earth, teach me stillness as the grasses are stilled with light. Earth, teach me suffering as old stones suffer with memory. Earth, teach me caring as parents who secure their young. Earth, teach me courage as the tree which stands all alone. Earth, teach me limitation as the ant which crawls on the ground. Earth, teach me freedom as the eagle which soars in the sky. Earth, teach me resignation as the leaves which die in the fall. Earth, teach me regeneration as the seed which rises in the spring. Earth, teach me to forget myself as melted snow forgets its life. Earth, teach me to remember kindness as dry fields weep with rain. Now Karen Frank is going to share her reflections.
So good morning. So it's not a great day for our outdoor tour. I don't think that's going to happen today. When I was here yesterday morning, it was perfect. It was great weather. Okay. So I sat on the patio in the back, eating my bagel, listening to the sounds of the birds. No one was around yesterday. No one was at Bridges or at the daycare center or at Starstruck, so it felt like my own private sanctuary. And I'm grateful for that sanctuary. I'm grateful we have this great, big, beautiful backyard. I'm grateful for the sanctuary of the church, inside and outside the building, and within the community itself. It does demand some hard work and money, but we get to enjoy it as we keep recreating it. So what brought me pleasure yesterday was finding the bird that sounded like a cardinal, but was actually a mockingbird, which sings all these amazing songs. So it sat on the lowest branch of one of our red bay trees, which is kind of out here in that garden. It's not a flashy bird. It's kind of, kind of subdued, but it's an amazing singer. So I kept my distance so I didn't drive it away, and I could just barely see its throat move, and it's so unself-conscious. The melody would flow out, and then it would sort of preen its feathers, then it would sing another song, then it fluffed itself. It's sort of this brief moment of joy in life. And that's kind of my seventh principle. So the seventh principle, when I think of it as respect for the interdependent web of all existence, that's everything. That's this huge abstraction. So for me, I have to make it smaller in order to apply it to my life, to make it meaningful, to make it something that I can use to live. Okay, so I have to make it tangible. And it's more about what I love. Respect is such a distant word. And for me, the Green Team is a bunch of people who love, love, love the natural world, of which we are a part. And as the Sufi poet Rumi directs, let the beauty you love be what you do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Our way of kneeling and worshiping is to plant Southeast Florida native plants to create a small ecosystem on the church property. This enables more life to thrive here, an abundance of life. So like Jackie was saying, when we plant the kunti, that's a native plant that was almost lost through industrial uses. But when we plant it, we create space for the Atala butterfly. When the butterfly lays its eggs, which hatch into caterpillars, some of those caterpillars actually feed the birds. So that's one small story. I want every part of our property to be life-giving. Isn't that the essence of all religious traditions? At their best, religions provide us the nourishment to rise up from our apathy or despair, or our self-satisfaction, whatever, and they sustain us in our efforts to extend more life-affirming love to other people and to the natural world. Religions begin with creation stories and often include resurrection stories. They say to us over and over again, choose life, choose life. Now it takes a little imagination to see the mini forest that is growing outside our narthex. I'm not going to be here in 50 years, maybe not even 20, but I can envision it. I can see the red-shouldered hawk crouching in the tree, see the full-grown fire bushes covered with zebra-wing butterflies. I can smell the fragrance of the cinnamon bark tree, and I visualize the church's youth group holding its gatherings in the shade of the mahogany tree that's planted in memory of Yashi Nozawa. So I want to invite you just to take 10 seconds to imagine that mini forest. What do you envision back here? This whole space all the way back. So just take a few seconds. So what do you envision? Did you see anything particular back there? You can just shout it out.
Native copperleaf.
Copperleaf?
Inviting paths.
Ah. Okay.
The arbor.
Ah, fun. Oh, yes. Oh, I like that. I always wanted to see hummingbirds. Yeah. So now how can you be part of the Green Team, Love In of the World? So you can come to our meetings and work parties, of course, and there are many other opportunities. Just this last week, I read in the Washington Post about the effort to create more and more homegrown national parks, which we have the signs for around here. So it just means that you set aside your yard or part of your yard for native plants to provide habitat for birds and butterflies. If you don't have space of your own, you can donate trees, shrubs, perennials from our native plant list to be planted out here. And you can simply observe, looking out through the back door or through any of these windows, kind of seeing what's going on during different seasons. Going outside and walking around to see how our trees are doing. Notice the flowers come and go on the vines covering the pergola and gazebo. Like right now in the pergola, the flowers are pretty gone, it's kind of sticky looking, you know, but they'll come back. They'll come back, there's amazing magenta flowers, so see if you can spot our blue jays or the butterflies. Then tell us what you see. Keep telling us what you still want, what you love. Because the seventh principle of Unitarian Universalism, the interdependent web of all existence, really is about all of us, all of us. Because that interlocking, interconnected network of relationships upon which we depend also depends on all of us to thrive. So maybe I would rewrite the seventh principle to say, love the interconnected, interdependent web of life in which you reside. All the people, all the critters, all the plants. Love them to the best of your ability. And always choose more life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to everyone. Beautiful words. Okay, and now we have the Ode to Joy. Is that correct?
Well, it's the web of life. There's an insert with the word.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the, yeah. Does everybody have one? Okay. And please stand if you're willing and able or want to. Okay, thank you all for coming today. We will now have the extinguish the chalice. Chalice words are, may the sun bring us new energy by day. May the moon softly renew us at night. May the rain wash away our worries. May the breeze blow new strength into our beings. And may we walk gently through this world and know its beauty for the rest of our days. Thank you. Oh, and now we're going to have, Judy and Jackie are going to play the prelude, or the postlude, but we're going to ask people to leave while it's going on.
And the name of the postlude is?
And is All Creatures of the Earth and Sky.
Yes.
Okay. So. Oh.
Meander to the garden in the rain.
Yeah, we were gonna all go out and then go out in the garden, but we're not doing that.